Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am super excited because it's been a super long time since I've been back, and I have to say it is totally my fault. It's been just being consistent with these videos and being on the YouTube and kind of getting more content out. I'm a one-man show here. I'm a salon owner, I do all my clients, I do pretty much everything here, and then on my days off I'm doing just prepping for that. And then also all the different projects we were working on last year. One is gonna be coming out very soon, and it's with Schwarzkopf. So make sure to follow them on Instagram at Schwarzkopf USA and at Schwarzkopf Can. I'll put their link below. It is their Forging Bonds campaign that I was oh God, an honor to be part of. It was totally life and career changing, and I cannot wait to see the final product coming out in a couple of weeks. So make sure to look at that and also follow me on Instagram as well to see everything kind of coming out with it. Let's get back to the fun stuff, and that is right here. And this is the new segment called Ask a Stylist. I used to do it with my husband, but he's super busy, so I'm doing it by myself. And also in the future weeks, we'll be featuring some other hairstylists, my hairstylist friends, just to get a little perspective and a little bit more knowledge from another hairstylist, not just me. So it's gonna be super fun, so just make sure to subscribe to get all the updates. So let's get this party started. Welcome to Ask a Stylist. All right, first question is from Jessica Jameson. She asks, what should I bring to my consultation when looking for a new style? Good question, because I actually just did this on a news segment just last week. And they were talking about consultations and expectations. So we kind of went over the whole gamut about that. So I'll just bring it right back to you. So what I like to do when a client comes in, new or existing, I kind of like them to just say, hey, I'm looking for a new style. So that gives me a little bit of time to put in the beginning of your appointment, so it doesn't go over and then I have to rush to get to the next appointment, because we kind of stack our appointments accordingly. So just to give enough time for the stylist and get them prepared. Meaning prepared, I like you to be prepared as well. Make sure that you kind of know what style you're going for, what color you're going for. Have that already set out so you're not on your phone like, oh God, I want a new style, and what about this, what about that? And it takes 10 or 15 minutes to look up some Google images or Pinterest images. So I do like to be just prepared of kind of an idea of what you're looking for. And that's totally fine if you don't know what you're looking for. That's what the stylist is for, to give their professional knowledge and professional, input on what looks best on your face and your skin tone and things like that. So it's definitely a relationship there. So don't think you have to have everything. Photos. I love photos. I know a lot of stylists don't like photos. I don't know why. I love visuals, and I don't just like one. I like a little bit of a variation. I like about 4, so I can see a consistency of what you're looking at. And then I like to dissect things like color. I love to see like different tones, so I can kind of point those out to you. And then I also like to see how their hair is falling, or what length you're looking for, and things like that. So I really like to extract those from photos. So have about 4 or 5 of them, just to kind of go through and see what the consistency of that is, so your stylist can kind of put their own little spin on that, which I absolutely love. I love Pinterest and Instagram for inspiration. It gives us an idea of like what direction you're going with your hairstyle, but you have to take things with a grain of rice, because that's where our expectation comes into play. We modify our selfies when we post them on social media with brightness, contrast, hue, saturation. So when you're looking at different colors, you have to really look at if it's the right blonde, or if it's been brightened, or their fashion colors have been hue and saturated all the way up and stuff like that, because it's not realistic. And hair color can look really cool in real life, but those pictures are with like directional lighting and things like that, and modified. So you just make sure that your expectations are right there. But yeah, I absolutely love those things for inspiration, but I like to pick those apart and then kind of make it into my own little signature look, but still have a guideline of where to go with that. With expectations, you have to, when I'm looking at photos and looking at different things, my husband is notorious for this. He will bring in these gorgeous photos of these male models with these, beautiful hair and stuff like that. And they're styled, they're smoothed out or whatever. Or they have super straight hair and he has wavy hair. So just make sure to know what your hair does and how you live in your hair. Do you curl it every day? Because that's gonna look different than if it's gonna be smooth. The biggest picture that I always see is those balayage pictures and they're always curled. Of course they're gonna look gorgeous because you can see the dimension of color. So if you're not gonna curl your hair every day like those pictures, it's not always gonna look the same. So just have the expectation of that as well. Also, when you're asking your stylist, when you're sitting down with them and you go on all the pictures and things like that, tell them a little bit about your hair history. If it's been previously colored, things like that, what you do styling wise, just to give us a little bit of information, but do not go wild with it. I don't care what your mom did to your bangs when you were 10, or what happened to you, 5 years ago when a stylist melted your hair off. Like, that doesn't really matter to me. It just kind of wastes a little bit of time. But just get to the point of where your hair is and what the state of your hair is at. If you're an existing client, we already know what's been going on. But when you're a new client, you sometimes want to just tell them everything about your hair history. So keep that to a minimum, so then we can kind of get to the point of really actually styling and getting to your hair, which is the important part, right? What else do I like with consultations? I love when clients have a little bit of an open mind, a little bit more flexibility with their style. Because, I have some clients that come in and they're like dead set on, I want this, I want it to look exactly like that. Well, there's different factors in that, but having a little bit of flexibility with the style and giving your stylist the creative freedom to do certain things sometimes makes the style even better. We go to different classes. Well, hopefully the stylist is going to different classes and expos and learning different techniques because we're always it's like fashion, it's always evolving. So there's always new stuff coming out. So just have an open mind with your stylist and have fun with it. This is what it's all about. Hair's had to have fun. Color is fun. So just make sure that you and your stylist are right on the right page, and hopefully this all helps. So, be prepared, bring photos, have an open mind, and keep your expectations to, the realm of what your hair can do, and you will be fine. So you will have fun. So anyway, that wraps up this episode of Ask a Stylist. I can't wait to see you next week with some of my friends as well. So make sure you comment with some questions that you want to ask or you want to know from us, and we will answer them every week here on Ask a Stylist, and also Signature Style, where we're going to be creating fun styles with some local bars and restaurants when they shake up something really good for us with their cocktails. So have a great one, guys, and make sure to subscribe so you can get all the updates every week right here on Ask a Stylist.